What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and I hope everybody's doing good. So, one thing I wanted to talk about today, since yesterday was election day, yesterday was Tuesday and it was election day yesterday, as many of you know. And I thought today I would talk about my voting experience. So, I did vote in yesterday's election, and it makes me feel good to do something like that, like I'm doing my duty as a US citizen, to vote. And, that's something to be very proud of. And, it's something that makes you, feel good. But, I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to vote because I was just worried that, in the past, this is in the past, that in the past I was where I didn't know if I really wasn't sure about voting because I was afraid it would be too complicated and I really wouldn't know what to do. Now, just before I had turned 18, which, as you know, is the legal voting age here in the US anyway. I don't know what it is in other countries, but in the US it's 18. But so, I just before I had turned 18, I was thinking to myself, and I knew this, I was like, since I'm going to be 18, I'm going to be able to vote. But then I was thinking to myself, I wasn't too sure about voting just because, I was afraid that me having autism and everything would affect me being able to vote and everything, and I just wouldn't understand a lot, like what was going on and everything. I was just afraid that I wouldn't understand it and I would like mess up or something. So, at that time I was thinking I don't really want to vote, kind of things. But, my mom and dad did tell me the importance that voting is important, because it is. And, they said, I know that they said, I know you don't want to, but, it's a pretty important thing to do as a citizen. So, they said you need to, it's a doing our duties as a US citizen kind of a thing. And so that my mom and dad's told me that I should vote, and I guess they kind of, I don't know, told me maybe I had to. I'm not really sure, but not in like a pressuring way, like you gotta vote, not like that. Like they told me, like, yes, you should vote, and you gotta. They kind of said it like, yeah, you gotta vote, because then otherwise, you're not doing your duty as a citizen or something. But they did help me with it. Now I did vote. I also voted a couple years ago in the presidential election for 2020. I also did that, and they helped me with that and everything, and they explained everything that what I was going to do. And when I voted then, it really wasn't that hard. It really wasn't that bad. It was pretty straightforward. And one thing we also did for that election and this one is we took a sample ballot. And the little sample ballots that are just, they're smaller than the real ballots. But so what we did is we took a sample ballot, and my dad filled in everything on the sample ballot about what to vote for, and about what we're going to do and everything. So you fill in the little squares or whatever. So we filled out the sample ballot, and when I got there, what I did is when I was voting, what I did is when I was about to, why can't I talk? Okay, so I was about to see, I can't talk. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot figure out what I'm trying to say. What? 1 minute. Okay, so what I was going to say was I was going to go fill out my ballot, and what I did is I had the sample ballot with me, and I just took that out and copied everything that was filled out on the sample ballot onto the real ballot. All the, squares that were filled in on the sample ballot, I filled in on the real ballot. That way, I wouldn't have to try to remember everything, because that you're going to vote for, because sometimes that can be hard to remember all that stuff. So to make it easier to remember, we got sample ballots. That's what we usually do, is we take it, fill it out, and then you just copy it, or you can either you just look at the sample ballot and just fill in what's on there, just so you don't have to worry about remembering, and stuff, or if you forget. And it all went well. All I did was just fill out the things, fill it out like it was on the sample ballot, just so, like I said, we don't have to worry about trying to remember everything, and it just makes it easier. So then I did that, although I feel like I didn't fill in some stuff like perfectly inside the lines, when you color and, fill in like circles or boxes or whatever. I feel like I went a little off, and that's because I guess I'm just a sloppy writer, but you know, it wasn't too bad, and I just did the best I could. So, yeah, and the stuff after that, when you put a ballot through the machine and everything, it's pretty straightforward. So, yeah, that's my voting experiences from the year before and yesterday and this year. Sometimes, having to vote, when it's a voting an election year of whatever, you know, sometimes it can make me a little stressed out, and like, it kind of, sometimes it's just stresses me out, because like I said, I want to make sure that I'm voting for the right things, and what if I, kind of mess up and kind of do stuff like that. So it can be a little stressful. I was a little, I was trying to stay as calm as I could, try not to get too, stressed or freaked out or anything. So I was just in the poll, just in there quietly filling everything in. And, I'm just kind of, still kind of like, I think the reason that maybe the writing or the filling in was a little sloppy is because I was, a little stressed out and a little nervous, that I might like mess up or something. And, voting is a stressful thing for me. It's not too bad, but it's just making me feel a little stressed out. And it's just, it's making me nervous, like that I would do the wrong thing or something, kind of like that. But usually when I voted, it went pretty well. Yesterday when I voted for this year's election, it went very well. I was just, just in there, just filling everything in and copying what was on the sample ballot. And yeah. And of course, I did wear my earplugs, just so I wouldn't have to worry about, I wouldn't have to be, anxious about loud noises or anything like that, and all that. Because if I were, it would probably make it difficult for me to concentrate on, filling in the ballot and everything. And it might make me mess up or something. So I put on my earplugs, and it really did. They really did help. It's that way I don't have to worry about, loud noises or something startling me or something like that. And then after that, after I put my ballot through the machine and everything, I put on, those I voted stickers, that you wear to let everybody know that you voted. So I got one of those and put it on, and I just felt proud wearing that because, it felt good to vote and do that. Like I said, doing my duty as a U.S. citizen. And yeah, so that was my voting experience from this year, and some of it from 2020, but not quite. 2020, the same thing kind of happened. I had kind of had a similar, if not the same experience. But yeah, that is my voting experience. I mean, voting can be a little stressful for me, but you know, I think I by doing what am I trying to say, by taking the right preparedness and just being, I guess, prepared for it, by, like I said, by writing down the things on the sample ballot, and you know using my earplugs so I don't get startled or have to worry about loud noises. That really does help. And that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe. Yes, please subscribe if you have not all subscribed already. And please also comment. And also, please, please, please share. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.